Welcome into the PFF Prospect Profile. Today it's all about NC State edge defender Bradley Chubb. And Mike, a lot of people just have Chubb as their #1 edge defender. It's hands down, calling him a top 5 lock or a top 5 guy. People are yelling at me in my mock drafts when he landed at 10. But here's the deal with Chubb. Really, really good player. But is he a top 5 lock type of player? Is he that elite edge rusher for the next level?
And that's the question we keep coming back to, because he is going to be drafted in the top 5 likely, or maybe at latest top 10, because there really isn't a thing he does poorly. When you look at his game, he does pretty much everything well. He's a handful against the run. He's a explosive 270-pound man who can bull rush at will. But the thing is, we've never truly seen him dominate. Here we have his best game against BC this past season, 7 total pressures, 4 sacks. But when you look at him and compare him to someone like Myles Garrett from a season ago, Myles Garrett had 6 games graded higher than Bradley Chubb's best game. He just doesn't have that sort of next level of that you'd want when you're drafting in that top 5, top 10. Still love him in the first round, but just never truly dominated the game in college, which with his sizable physical advantage, you'd think he should be doing that at will.
Yeah, so I mean, I like the fact that he got better every single season. I love the fact that he's good against the run, even though we know that that's not as valuable as rushing the passer, and I think that's what we're coming back to here. He reminds me a little bit of Shaq Lawson a couple years ago, who went in the first round to the Bills, who was a better run defender than he was pass rusher, and we've seen him, kind of struggle to transition at the next level as far as rushing the passer. So that's just where I am with Chubb. I think you're going to get this excellent all-around player, but when you're talking about previous edge rushers that have gone in the top 5, he's just not up to their level just yet.
Yeah, I think the allure of Chubb is he is safe, quote unquote safe, as safe as you can be as an edge prospect, because he is so explosive for his size, is so good against the run, and is so already technically sound as a pass rusher, uses his hands extremely well in that area. But he does have some stiffness turning the edge. He might not be a high sack total guy, but I do think as a prospect he is safe. Like, in my opinion, he is safe also. I do think he's going to translate well to the NFL game. I just don't see the elite high-level traits that some of the other people seem to.
So that's what I want to compare to. We've got 3 years now of college data and watching guys transition from college to the NFL. And I think what we've learned about our grades as far as pass rushing goes, first off, they're really good. They translate extremely well at the next level. And I could break it down right here with the most recent top 10 picks. These are guys that have all gone in the top 10, and you can see their grade in college, their best pass rush grade in college, and then their best pass rush grade in the NFL to this point. And the guys at the top, Joey Bosa, Myles Garrett, both of those guys were elite pass rushers in college. Bosa has been an elite pass rusher in the NFL, and Myles Garrett, he had about a half a season of being on his way to becoming an elite pass rusher. But they've translated nicely. Here's the warning sign, though. Vic Beasley, Dante Fowler, Leonard Floyd, Solomon Thomas, and now Bradley Chubb. All of those guys, their peak pass rush grade is in the mid-80s, and what we've seen is guys like Beasley and Fowler, Floyd, and Thomas have all either been an average pass rusher at the next level so far, or even Solomon Thomas struggled last year, though a lot of that I think was playing out of position a little bit. So the point is, the guys at the top end of the scale, you feel really good about them. They're worth that top 5 pick. With Chubb, he could be this really good all-around player, but you might only be getting an average to good pass rusher. Is that truly this top 5, top 10 type of lock?
Yeah, I'm not sure it is. That's where we have him in the middle of the first round. Still love him as a prospect, though. Would love to see a team get creative with him and use him on the interior on third downs. I think he could win there. Didn't get used a ton at NC State in that role, but I think that could be sort of his best fit in the NFL as a team that's willing to use him that way. If he is, I think he's going to be a good player at the next level. I'm not sure that's worth the top 5 to top 10 pick where he's rumored to go.
So use him a little bit like Michael Bennett, formerly of the Seahawks, now the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's how we want them to use Solomon Thomas in San Francisco. Let him go and beat up on guards on the interior. That's your prospect profile on Bradley Chubb. We think he's a great player, excellent player, maybe not as good as some of the most recent edge defenders going into the NFL draft.